Hi, this is Rabbi Mark Angel at the Institute for Jewish Ideas and Ideals. Our website is jewishideas.org. Thank you for joining us today. We received the following question: should we send our children to co-ed schools or separate gender schools? This has been a growing question within the Orthodox community, and particularly in the modern Orthodox Jewish community. In the olden days, a generation or two ago, it was normal for most modern Orthodox schools to be co-ed. Because of the increasing shift to the right, there's been a greater tendency to have either separate gender schools or have co-ed schools but separate classes for boys and for girls. The ultimate decision on this front should depend on the nature of the child and the community in which you live. There's no one correct answer for every child. It should be pointed out, though, that the decision should not be based on religion, on being frum. Rabbi Soloveitchik, of blessed memory, was a founder of Maimonides School in Boston, which was a co-educational school. He felt that separate education often resulted in an inferior education being given to girls. So he was insistent on an equal education for both boys and for girls. You can see more about Rabbi Soloveitchik's opinion on our website, jewishideas.org. If you go to the articles section and check off, put in for the search the article by Seth Farber, F-A-R-B-E-R. He wrote a wonderful article about Rabbi Soloveitchik's opinion on co-ed education. It's important to note that if schools are spending resources to have separate classes for boys and separate classes for girls, those are resources that might have been spent differently if they had boys and girls in the same classes. For example, they would have had more money to do enrichment programs for those students who excel in certain subjects. They would have had more money available to help students who are slower in certain subjects. Instead of dividing by gender, they could have divided more by ability, by talent, by inclination. And therefore, it's important for parents and grandparents and those people who are concerned with the education of their children and grandchildren to look very carefully at the schools that they enroll their children in, and to make sure that the school administration understands their concerns. We want to have a proper, excellent education for our children, both on the moral level as well as on the academic level. And this can be done as well in a co-ed school as in a separate gender school. Indeed, in a co-ed school, there might be a greater opportunity for boys and girls to interact in a more natural way, a more understanding way, more respectful way. When the genders are separated, this creates a barrier between the two, and ultimately negative feelings can arise because of that. While each individual is different, and while each school is different, it's imperative that we know that the decision that is to be made should be based on education and on the nature of our own children, not on the basis of some false and assumed idea that you're more religious if you go to a co-ed school. So please keep this in mind when you are worried about educating your children, and please visit the website of jewishideas.org. Our institute fosters an intellectually vibrant, compassionate, and inclusive Orthodox Judaism. Please join us and be part of our team. Chazak u'baruch, be well, and good health and happiness to all Israel. Shalom.